So this is actually a week before I fly out to Vegas for the convention. However, I made sure not to slow down. And by this, I meant that I attempted to go to 5 networking events, ran the shop, closed out my week, and I barely hit the gym, right? And again, this is week 8. Week 8, the calm that wasn't calm before Vegas. Hello, my name is Nazir. This is Nazir from Zero. Hopefully it's changed to that now. But anyways, this is week 8. I am 21. I'm documenting my journey every week. Just put up something, just so I can keep myself accountable and for my future self. But anyways, this is week 8. Week 7 actually was a big one. It was my first close, and if you haven't seen that, I would suggest you watch that because that was a pretty big moment for me. But this week, to give you a little bit of what it is, it's really just keeping the momentum pushing. Having this heavy win, I guess, in a way, and not letting it slow me down. So I want to talk about the scoreboard. First thing, of course, was the gym, and as you remember seeing from the beginning, I only barely hit it, so it was barely 2 times, right? Again, no excuse. It was just lots of late wake ups, lots of me just having missed opportunities, and it was also just me not taking it seriously for some reason. And I always wonder that, I'm like, hey, this is really important, right? And it's really just because it is before Vegas. I think it's just really so much is happening in my mind that's again, no excuses. I just have to do better. And this is the second week I think that I did not hit my goal, and if I can say it out loud, I think it helps me keep myself accountable. So until I'm actually able to finally get back into that rhythm, I will keep on talking about it. Spending wise, I actually got a haircut that week. Again, you should have seen the haircut. You would have seen the haircut. Maybe I'll put a clip on for the cut. I probably will actually. But yeah, it was a clean cut. Love my guy. Shout out to my barber, of course. And then paid Uber because I had to Uber there because of things. One car problem. And then $30 for a gift, which I will be talking about later on. So yeah, here and there, just a little bit. But that credit card is still, still bad. So we need to fix that, and that is something that I will keep on pushing to do and get fixed. And third thing, of course, I talked about it last week, but my dad is back, so that means I can actually, I don't have to open and close. I can go earlier, or if there's anything that happens, I know my dad will be there. But that's not, of course, the main thing. I need to be there as well. And also, my classes started, which fun, I'm really excited. Love managerial accounting. We'll see how that goes, of course. Again, this is me from the future. I know how it goes, right? But this is week 7. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Actually showing up, being attentive, making sure I don't get left behind. And it's really gonna show everything that I've learned from the business, those life skills transferred over into school, right? Course is doctor dispute, and then also MPI write-off. I got finalized. It was a good amount. It was a really good amount. The next thing I actually want to talk about is the networking blitz that I had. So I guess 4 or 5 networking events, right? But I want to ask you, how many of those do you think I went to? Again, the answer was 0. Sadly, these were some really good events. It's just unfortunate. I think about it sometimes, what were the missed opportunities there? And I don't know if that's a mindset I should have, right? It's hey, it happened, move on, and just learn from it. But it's also what if there was so much good there, But I need to learn to stop making this mistake, because if anything, if I let it happen more and more, then it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. Again, why did I say yes to this? All of this was simply because I know that contacting and the 20%, that will drive that 80%. Every room, every conversation I have is a pipeline. And I think there were some trade-offs, right? Especially with my time, stress, mental. And that's one thing I need to get better at, is rest. And it's very interesting. It's hey, do I need that rest or do I not need that rest, right? I think I do, but also sometimes I don't think I do. Again, I'm trying to keep this short, but yeah, this was really unfortunate. The next thing I want to talk about is actually a birthday party that I had to go to, right? I had to get a gift, show up, and it actually cost me not going to a BPM, right? I think it really shows like principle centered. If you ever read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, if you ever read it, one thing is principle centered, right? And it's not being so centered onto one thing, but also being centered on your morals and values. And one thing I do cherish and love are my family and friends, because I would not be who I am right now if it wasn't for them. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I decided to go because I thought it was valuable for my side, and also me just disappearing just doesn't sound like me. It does sound like me. That's what I'm saying. I guess like it's like, hey, I'm making time for you guys. Like, even if I'm able to, I love that I don't have to see them every week. I don't have to see them every month. I can see them months, and then we're just hitting it off. You know, like we never left. And I love that. I really appreciate my friends. Of course, I appreciate them so much. So of course, social events are still happening. School actually now is happening. The skill isn't clearing the calendar. It's carrying all of it without dropping the important pieces that will move me in my life. Okay, so that means in my business, right? That means in personal life, social, mental life, you know, all of that. It really matters. And the next thing I actually want to talk about, of course, is the second last thing, is packing for Vegas. Saturday was me prepping for the content and making sure that everything is well. And Sunday, actually, I will be heading out, driving to Fargo, and then from Fargo, taking a flight. This was my first convention. My first Vegas convention. First time in that type of room, okay? First time in this type of room where it's champions, right? So the greatest of the greatest in the industry, right? I'm talking about financial industry, right? The greatest of the greatest. I'm not sure what I'm expecting. I'm expecting just to hear some amazing things that will just open my eyes, will just finally give me that breakthrough, as Tony Robbins loves to say. I love that, the breakthrough. So yeah, I guess last thing I want to talk about is, of course, an honest reflection. The gym is probably, like, it really is important to me, and it will always be important to me, and my results do show with the gym, right? When I'm consistent with the gym, my results do show, and it's interesting. It really is interesting if you ever look at it, like, how does that even work? I don't know myself. I just know it works. I kind of do, but I can't just guess it, right? I just don't have the words for it. Simple. I just don't have the words for it. But I guess another thing was saying yes to everything, right? Again, I think it was too packed to the point where I felt like I had to go there and here and there and there and there, right? And it really gets to me, especially with one car. It was really bad. It was really it wasn't possible. And sadly, I understood that, right? Of course I did. But yeah, what can you do? And my credit card's still not paid off, right? I don't know. I'll go into this later, actually, into a different week. But just know, I want to say something special, very important in that. But yeah, week 7, I guess, proved that I can close. Week 8 is just staying in motion, making sure that I'm staying committed, that I'm still taking, and like I'm moving still. Even though there might be nothing happening, I still need to keep on moving and keep the momentum going, because once the momentum dies, then it's hard to like start it up again. It's possible to start it up, it's gonna be hard to start it up. So yeah, 5 events, birthday party, school starting, a bag packed for Vegas. I don't know if I recorded a 24-hour pre-Vegas. I'm probably gonna do that for next week. I'm probably having that clip for next week. But yeah, anyways, next week is the one that I've been building toward all year. Looking forward to it. My first convention, and honestly, the week that changed how I see this whole industry, this whole business, what I see for myself. Subscribe so you don't miss the Vegas recap. See you Sunday.